the energy from the beginning? Could you tell maybe your guys didn't really have it, or was it other things in your mind right at the start?
Yeah, I thought the Kings were the aggressor from the start, putting a lot of pressure on us defensively, and we didn't execute early in the game. There were 4 or 5 plays early where we just took quick shots or didn't pass the ball to the open guy. And I think at halftime we had 8 assists. So we just never got our rhythm. We never got into our game. But I give Sacramento the credit for that. They came out with more force and more energy, and they executed better. And so the right team won. That's for sure. They came in and earned the victory. And now we got to regroup and get ready for Game 7. Is there a reverb on this?
Yeah, just push it back.
Go ahead.
They changed up their rotation, went smaller. How did that impact the game?
Well, they had momentum already before they went small, just from the force that they were playing with and our being in a rush offensively, taking quick shots. So I thought, even though it was we were ahead at the end of the first quarter by 2, it didn't feel great. You could kind of sense that they were getting better shots than we were, and they were putting more pressure on us defensively. So. But it definitely helped them. It was a great adjustment by Mike to go small and to get more space in the half court and open up the floor a little bit. And they were able to make 17 threes tonight, and I don't think they've made that many in the series. So they obviously, having lost 3 in a row, felt the need to make a shift, and that was their big move tonight. And I think it really paid off.
Steve, Jordan obviously had the ankle issues going on earlier in the series, but how would you kind of assess his performance since?
Yeah, Jordan never really got going tonight, unfortunately. He got a little frustrated early. He had a couple plays where he didn't get calls, and he was trying to attack but couldn't quite shake free. So just a frustrating night for him. But it was a poor night for all of us, including me. We always say we win together, we lose together, and this was a team effort that includes players and coaches, and the Kings outplayed us, outcoached us, deserved to win.
Steve, just how disappointing emotionally is it? You get the win on the road you knew you had to get. You can clinch here. You rarely lose when you can clinch at home. And knowing what you've got, if you lose, what's your disappointment level? What do you think disappointment level is just in that locker room?
Everybody's down right now, of course. The game just ended. This is all part of it. We've been through everything. We've won a Game 7 on the road before in the playoffs. We know we can do it, but we've got to regroup and, kind of fill up the cup and get our energy ready for Sunday afternoon.
Going back to Tim's first question, just kind of a focus and energy to start the game. I think heading into Game 5, you said if we weren't locked in, something was wrong. So do you think that it was really just Sacramento, is their aggression taking you out of it? Or, was there something wrong in not being able to really lock in for this potential closeout? No,
I think I talked before the game how there's a different energy to every game in a series. There's a different psychology to it, and I talked to the team yesterday about how I would expect a different Sacramento team tonight, a looser one, a more aggressive one, because that's how you play when you're facing elimination. And, Game 5, we were the aggressor. We had won 2 in a row. I felt like kind of the emotion favored us in that one. And, I talked about with our team about, be ready. These guys are coming after us, and they did. And they just outplayed us. There's sometimes... this is what happens. This is the NBA. Everybody's got great players. Sacramento's had a hell of a year. So you got to win the game, and they came in and won the game.
Steve, do you think the quicker turnaround between Games 5 and 6 affected your team, and you have less than 48 hours before tip-off for Game 7? Is that a concern?
Well, we'll be ready for Game 7. It doesn't matter. Like, you can, look at everything and make excuses and say, well, we didn't have this or didn't have it. Doesn't there? And and doing it. They were the aggressor for sure. They had more juice, more energy, and so we gotta make sure that we're the team that has that on Sunday.
We saw Monk and Fox get penetration early in the series, and maybe some of it was cut off. What happened with them? Did was it just your guys getting beat off the dribble most of the time?
Well, that was part of their strategy, going small, opening up the floor a little bit more. So they had more space to work with, and we did not respond very well. Our defense was not very sound, during some of those stretches. So we'll watch the tape and figure out what we can do better.
How big a problem was Draymond's foul trouble?
Well, it was an issue, and yet I felt good going into halftime, only down 7, considering the circumstances. Maybe it was 8, I think 7, and that he was able to play and make an impact in the second half. So I thought we withstood his foul trouble early, but never really found our rhythm either. So it played a part, but again, that's part of it.
Steve, you talked after Game 5 saying that, basically, if we rebound and take care of the basketball, we'll be fine. Were you a little surprised that you didn't really dominate in either area or do well in either area?
Well, I mean, that's the series, right? So they had 18 offensive boards, and we had 19 turnovers that they turned into 23 points. So, but they earned that. They earned that with their defense, and we did not execute very well in those areas. So we paid the price. Thanks.